Welcome back, everybody, to Final Fantasy XIV once again. We are on yet another quest line of Manorville mysteries. So let's go ahead and get started on this. 8 armed and dangerous. We're heading to the Coliseum, from what I remember. No, I was wondering when you'd show up. I got the latest scoop on the victor spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. If you visited the Coliseum of late, there's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be a big one. The Mytho Cup, sponsored by none other than Amajani and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Fergares will be furnishing the prizes himself of his personal collection, so I wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. The chairman, Master Fergares, sits on the syndicate, and possesses such wealth that rumor is that he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast, with his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills. He sells for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of the tournaments like the Mytho Cup. My colleague Ganelon is a new dog covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. Alright, we can go ahead and head to Udall then. Go ahead and just use our return. I think this is the second to last of the quote-unquote mysteries of this quest line through the base game. After that, they have like 3. They didn't do one for Shadowbringers apparently, but they did one for Heavensworn, Stormblood, and Endwalker. Which apparently the Endwalker one actually is mixed with the Relic quest line for the Endwalker expansion, which is kind of interesting. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganlian. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise to make it worth your while. Ellie, if it isn't the Mytho Eye's star reporter. Come to have a laugh at Ganlian's expense before returning to pen your latest front-page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put on a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Coliseum. Bugger all, it's a travesty, I tell you. Hutch, Hui, Hamio, what is the matter? And pray tell, is Hutchin. The four of you will compete with the cup together, yes? I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dora Meadow. Mishap my ass, this was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my subliar. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin, should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself, Hamo. In victory and defeat, the Mantraville's fight is won. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any rude, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fennel by ossing about in bed. I'm ready to chance the mantras. How about you, a lot of you? Hutchin, for you I'm always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, I want each one to ring out over the Sagoli. I guess nobody here likes pants. The Mantravilles. Ah, yes, Hutchin tells it they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Ragir, a man they most admire for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mytho Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the last of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thieves Challenge, gliders dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Meadow. He should be in his office within the Coliseum halls. I'll send word to the gate man, Yuyubaya. He owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid. Come, Narn. We got a case to track. It definitely sounds like something's going on here. I guess we're heading into the Coliseum proper, then. It's actually been ages since I've been in here. Okay, it looks like they're off in this direction, huh? From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means, you are free to enter. I'm Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Meadow. Now, something I can ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Who might argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself, ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge from that so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney is already the talk of the town. Not you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his sub... Looks like we got ourselves another, These two aren't in the entry books. And our challenge unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Inspector Bardian, as efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman eschews violence, Inspector. You were thinking. It annoyed me. Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. I was wondering when you might ask. Master Fergus has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Coliseum's ever seen. Victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace. Ring fitted with the largest sun spear you'll ever find outside of Kuan. The second and third prizes are nothing to sneeze at either. I don't care how many faces he's got, but nothing to fear from this thief. The concern is hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yeah, it's just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasure safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. I'll be quick about it. I have it all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't Mr. Many Faces and another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would in battle. As a matter of fact, with the ranks thin as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, more lucrative. At that. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. Give me a moment, will you? I've only got 8 arms, or were they legs? You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avelli the grand tour. Inspector Hildebrand, look, he's purple. And as serious as ever, Nashu. This color, this overbalance of appendages. I smell case. Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of the many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturge's Guild. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others, when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. Anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Coliseum. You know, I'm ever glad they did. I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There's only one who will claim the victor spoils, and that is me. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who's the chump who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely Avie? Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing failed damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildebrand, ancient and requiring Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to. Darn Scorchus will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Darn Scorchus, you do look like a Scorchus. Well, bugger me if a spear. I think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Colosseum. I was here years ago. You remember my gladiator days? Hear that clink, clink, clinking? That's the sound of Gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out a true Zorzian hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. When I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Guilty. With Narn, I suppose we'll have a good chance as any. Now we just need to make sure she doesn't come down with some curious injury. That Glavitrix Alvea, was it? Seemed very quite certain of her chances of victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. Haha, I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed much knowledgeable about Miss Avalia. Come now, Shu, the investigation is afoot. As much as it sounds like an amazing, productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Narn here safe? Let's return to Gallia and see what else you can tell us about these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well, I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you'll share it with me at first opportunity. Alright. So I'm assuming we want to head back outside the Coliseum here. And the guy's probably going to be still standing out in front of it, so not very far at all. You again, I've already told you what, enter the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two when I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you'll have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, it seems more than a few fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrior by the name of Avalia. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who's crossed blades for just a few days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avalia in the primary round, and earned himself a bright bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilist's Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? We could do that. Oh, he's hanging out outside. Even better. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have you? Well, you're not the first. I say there's not a man in this Tyrone with an ounce of sympathy. Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are to say that your guest is Hildebrand Mandeville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would, please enlighten me to how exactly it is you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avalia. Gentlemen, I ask, have you not a wit of delicacy? Never you mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I shot at the top of the lungs if no one else will. That girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade? Some kind of foul sorcery, if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl's up to no good. If she weren't so damn easy in the eye, she'd be rotting in a jail as we speak. Girls Alan Megan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you got nothing to lose? Yeah, so why not disparage entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Nara. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it as it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says. Perhaps she works with accomplice. She didn't strike me as a magic-wielding type, and if I was a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder. Aye, Miss Ellie. Thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you. As well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might as well make an expectress out of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boar. Ahem, if what the man says is true, it's likely that our fellow Alamegans might sympathize with our plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Avali and Ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible, your powers of deduction never fails to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultra should still be in the Colosseum. Let's hurry before he slithers back off to whencever he came. Alright. I guess our chat's done. There's kind of an awkward pause there. The sprint works wonders here, thankfully. Though unfortunately, through the loading screen, I think I lose it. Yeah. Sure, friend, and look over yonder. Behold these exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is the most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how carefully he eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? He speaks, yes, this is most suspicious indeed. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in a panic. Our friend Oti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag. Or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quick, Nashu. We must pursue. Alright. Now we're heading back to the front of the Colosseum again. Mr. Ulti seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just as wonderful in a good marinara sauce. Marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. Another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we dose him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever he's doing with these girls anyway. Call me crazy, but I think he likes them. I'm not picking you. There we go. Poor misunderstood Ulti. Here we suspect him of criminal activity, when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, yes. Now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Vivali is suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dar Meadow back at the Colosseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let's return to the Colosseum and speak with Dar Meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Vivali's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come now, the investigation calls. Don't think Uncle Ulti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Where am I? Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the bioration of millions. Can't Uncle Alti dream? Well, kids, hate to ache and run, but then again, I am an octopus. Such a suspicious octopus. Where would this stuff actually be? Let me see. Okay. Okay, so it's inside the glat. It looks like it's inside the Coliseum again. I guess I should have guessed that would be where Dar Meadow is. I only did just meet him in here a moment ago. Yes, what is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Valley, you say. She had something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. Reckon you might still find her there. I warn you, though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Galleon tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was going to rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might be just the ticket. I can assure you there'll be no need for gracious fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we shall ascertain all the information we need about the fiery lass ever being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. I think the Coffin and Coffer is like... Yeah, it's out in the middle of like nowhere. I'm actually surprised I remember this place. Okay. There's a fate, like right... Oh wait, no, there's not a fate there. Okay. Or maybe it just ended. Behold, the lovely Miss Avalia, just as predicted. Let's keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you? There is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be written stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Reborn Aldian won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no 10,000-fold, in a land where wealth is power. We'll be kicked together by the Udons no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nunawan mines to meet my sister. Miss Avalia's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimally small. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. Trying to steal a valley from Uncle Alti's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Alti's homemade explosives see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Neshu? Heavens no, Inspector, that is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're on to me. Preposterous. Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspected passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me, heave-ho! Gotta be kidding me! My man utterly destroyed. Fly, Chocobo, fly! That maiden in the mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avali spoke. Let us listen a little bit closer. I thought we agreed, no hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what's news of the tourney? Worry not, Heglina. I've taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. You realize what this means? Necklaces from Estames, sunset dresses. All the luxuries you could ever wanted will be yours. That poor little girl in the shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Udon upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but... when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I'm proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. That's your problem, Heglina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than you're worth. But worry not, for your sister's watching over you. I will do this, for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhears us. That's my Avi, unfazed by a duel to death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. More moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem that Valia's deception of victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Alte has had up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall into his pit and die like a good little girl? Wee, I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer. Not you, you idiot. Ahem, no need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground. I'm pleased to report there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now shall we return to Udal? The mythical cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want out of all this is to lose our belt by forfeit. Could it be that Musclehead dived straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. True gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that's going to mean I show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute, I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around... Give me a break! Kind of an interesting question, though, is what does Ultros get out of this? Is he doing it for Avalia to win? Or does he have some sort of other motive? Or is he trying to win? I don't know. Yes, there's something the matter. We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed Inspector senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary looking about. This time you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not so little friend of mine from the Coliseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't gone all day. My Chimera? Who is that half-naked fool? Father, could it be that aura of unmitigated murderous rage I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. What brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear, and with that we must return to Udal. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Oh ho, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a man if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father. Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. God, just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival if there ever were one. Who goes there? Hildy, Narn, I have been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself, a friend of the inspector, mayhap. I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I am not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, because this just might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who can remember my... call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Narn is a formidable foe. That's sounding like high praise coming from a big fellow like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as a sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with these two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I'm considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Narn, I will not fall so easily this time. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full, all 8 of them. But if that adventure is too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring along a friend. A suppling's twisting ring calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Is nobody here but us octopodes? Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece fiend. Muscleheads, I hate them. Well, that certainly is probably putting him in a bit of a pinch. I wonder what our other inspector friend is up to. He really hasn't been much in this questline so far. Actually, not that many people out today, it seems like. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that, I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I'd hoped to uncover much more of Miss Avalia's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to Colosseum and prize ourselves on the rules of engagement. To a true Trilderman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I must not and will not lower myself to their level. Alright. Time to actually see some fighting, I think. I'm actually curious to see if this one will have a trial or not at the end of it. Kind of makes me think it will, considering the whole storylines taking place in the Colosseum. Ultry's back. Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I'm one shabby-looking octopus, I tell you. They don't pay me enough for this. But that's all going to change soon, isn't it, buddy? Funga! Oh, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us to, you gods, who gave all you those ghastly bruises. Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all, and I'll get lost. I'm a busy octopus. Funga! Ouch, you have my sympathies, sir. Is it challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8? Is there someone else inside your office? No, whatever gave you that idea? I'm simply, fumigating the place for pests. Pests like yourself. Now, don't you have a battle to go fight? Funga! Inspector, I think something's alive in there. That's just me. I'm talking to myself. Yes, Funga. Gods. Yes, gods. Working as a receptionist is so fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work. I must say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Now, if you would come with me for a moment, I hear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. Alright, he's finally back. Well, how's your investigation borne any fruit? I see, Avalia seeks to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, a strange octopus appeared considerably worse for the wear. Evidence points in one direction, that Alamigan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It's not preposterous as it sounds. I've done some research on our eight-legged friend. I hear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Udall's taverns and houses of pleasure. I suspect that he's using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avalia and earning himself a healthy commission. There's also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of the Alamigan girl's strength. That remains a mystery, which means I fear your life is still in danger, Narin. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room was hastily discarded in Pure Lane not bells ago. It's a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. Okay, we'll go ahead and head there. Actually... Oh wait, it seems like they're actually in this area. Never mind then. It looks like it's off this way. So they potentially are working together. Okay, one more. The lovely back alleys of Udall. Well, let me see what you found. Now, what have we here? Yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails, and what's this? A sack even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in. That can be believed, and look here, something appears to be written on the side. Sigot's Sundries. It would seem that this merchant has had dealings with the squishy master of tentacles. Let's pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. Curious, very curious. Oh wow, we actually got the end of this quest very, very quickly, all things considered. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? I'm sorry, madame, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait, now, did Ultra send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? What with the impressive price and that distinctive aroma, they've only for the most discerning of customers, which Mr. Otros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Could these truffles somehow be connected to? No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Bardian, it wounds me that you'd sneak off and conduct your investigation without me. And you steal Winard away here. This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a culture of young women like yourselves to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. This is the most distinct and delightful aroma of a gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the hearts of many in a Udon gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Well, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Why be so bold to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let's make haste back to the Coliseum. What does this guy have a quest for? Huh. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. We must return to the Coliseum before the battles begin. Here's the plan, Nairn. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avalia in combat until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities. You're to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood? Yeah, I may as well just teleport over there. Okay, right down here, right? Yeah, okay. There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. I'd be remiss not to tell you what there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in, and bookmakers across town are raking the gale, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Fergus himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Oh yeah, the future's looking bright for good old Dormeadow it is. So what say you? Are you ready to get your asses kicked? Grr. Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for Blades of Whirl and Limbs to Fly. Is that Patches? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put across some paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mytho Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amajani and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern. It's about to begin. Who will stay atop the heap of mauled bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avelia of Alimigo? Narn the famed Warrior of Light? Or who was that grinning fool again? Oh, that's right. Cumberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? Here I am, did you miss me? I dare say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. Look at Avelia's blade spin. Well, she's verbal war one of death and destruction out there. They breed him tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. You are next. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be seizing up a storm, literally. Nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting is giving Uncle Alki an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute, roasted truffles? Braised in a savory sauce just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where they came from. That meddling musclehead. What's taking him so damn long? The girl's gaze gives away. Open that gate at once. Funga? What is that monstrosity? Master Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Alti. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Could it be Avalia's vaunted Tempest blade? It was that monster all along. The girl played us all for fools. Don't look at me, it was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dor. Has Uncle Alti ever lied to you? What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamegan whore. Alamegans. Ugh. Beggars and brutes, a lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get? Send her to Golemod for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. But I just wanted to... My sister. I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out to her. But the rules are rules, right? Now, if Uncle Aldi may be so bold... I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Narn here. What do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light? Oh yeah, that's what we want to see. Ultros. 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 Well, this is the most unprecedented events, but who might deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Hatali. The fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm is settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. Curious. Well, where is he? Oh, there he is, okay. So to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversight crony, which would then be positioned as to appear coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their proponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Narn. Let us make for Halatali. He did not fight as a gentleman. Okay, do we have a spot nearby for that? I honestly don't know. I guess Dry Bone's the only spot in the area. Kind of amusing that they're making us go all the way out here for it, though. I guess they don't usually do monster fighting in this Coliseum because it's so smallish? I don't know. Just kind of interesting the fact they'd make us go out to this, like, already monster-infested festive arena. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess, with all the trouble it looked preparing consolation prices for the melee. Looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could give a gnat's ass. Now, I know what you're thinking, 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, eh? And we do get a trial, nice. There's no telling what inane trickery that octopus will attempt next. Be on your guard, Narn. I suppose if anyone could defeat those fiends, it's you. Be safe, Narn. What do you got to say? We're always on the lookout for new talent. What with the old talent getting mauled and killed? Proper training at a place such as this, now that helps. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so he's just saying the same thing he was before. Looks like Hildebrand and Nashu didn't make it here in time. But oh well. Next time we will go into this trial, so I'll see you guys then.